again, a good composer like they did. I don't know anything about music that was in Brawl, but I think they should take old themes again and remaster them like they did. I think they had some in Melee. Yeah, they had some in Melee. Like Mach Rider, that was cool. I like that. Maybe bring in new characters. I mean, I don't know what new kind of series they could bring in. I don't know what new series Nintendo has. I really couldn't give you an answer for new characters. Maybe some of the trophies that we saw in certain games. I don't know. There's really no new series that they could bring in. No new characters for any series to say that. Like, I don't know who they could bring in that would be new. The only new series that we had was, well, for Nintendo anyways, was Captain Olimar from Pikmin. But is there any other Nintendo series that's new that can be in a fighting game? I know some people want Animal Crossing characters, but I mean, come on. You see, like, Tom Nook using his Final Smash. I mean, that'd just be ridiculous. That'd be pretty darn ridiculous. I mean, they did have an Animal Crossing stage in Brawl, but still. I don't really think it worked out too well. Maybe, anyway, they should bring in Mega Man. That's who they should bring in. Because, like, they had Sonic and Snake in Brawl. So that broke the whole Nintendo All-Stars thing. So unless they're willing to get rid of Sonic and Snake, then they should bring in Mega Man. If they still keep Sonic and Snake, they should bring in Mega Man. I think I heard a rumor that they actually asked Capcom to have Mega Man in the game and that they said no. But I don't know if that's true. That's purely a rumor that I heard. But I hope if they can bring in Mega Man and have like the old school Mega Man, either old school or Mega Man X. None of that Mega Man Volnut shit that was in Tatsunoko vs. Capcom. Nothing like that. They need either the Blue Bomber or X, and preferably Zero too. That would be really awesome. To be honest, the Final Smash could be like for classic Mega Man, the Rush suit. I don't remember what it's called. And then for Mega Man X, maybe, I don't know, he could use like full powered up armor. Because you know how you got the armor capsule and stuff in the game, so you have like extra jump, speed, shooting, all that good stuff. New stages? I guess, I don't know what new stages they could bring in. Maybe some from Mario Galaxies, from both of the galaxies. Pokemon, maybe something other than a Pokemon Stadium, maybe like a Wild Field or something, like Route 1 or Route... Sorry about that. Route like 241 or something, I don't know. Maybe Cerulean Cave. That'd be pretty cool. Even if they didn't bring back Mewtwo as a playable character, they could have Cerulean Cave with a whole Mewtwo model in it. Like Mewtwo would show up in the background, kind of like in Spear Pillar. Maybe some place from Black and White. I don't know. Ooh, you know what'd be cool is if they had the mall, Mall 9, I think it was. Yeah, Mall 9 in Black and White after you completed the game, or was it after or before? I can't remember. But there was a mall, and it was Mall 9, and it was really neat, you know. Or they could have like the giant mall that was in Lily Cove in Ruby and Sapphire, or something neat like that. I think they should have like a mall. Maybe a stage from like Mario Kart or something. Oh no, wait, they do have that. My bad. I feel stupid. I mean like another one. Yeah, that's what I meant. Have like Rainbow Road, and then have like Final Destination again, and Battlefield obviously. Maybe bring in a new stage like Coliseum or something like that. It could be like trapped walls. The only way to kill your opponent was to send them up, or something like that. Or like a pit could show up in the stage, or like an animal could appear in the stage, make it kind of like a Roman Coliseum. I don't know. But another thing I didn't really like about Brawl that they had in Melee was the cartoony video game aspect of it. Brawl seemed like it was taking itself too seriously. I mean, yeah, I know it wasn't, because there were cartoony moments in it. It was a good game. Don't get me wrong. It was excellent. But I just feel that it lost the cartoony appeal that Melee had. Melee felt like the last true game that, you know, it felt like a real video game. It felt like a real video game without trying too hard to be classic, you know? Without trying too hard to have redone stages or redone music. I mean, don't get me wrong, I like all that stuff. I love hearing the stage themes reused and stuff, but I mean, like, it felt original. And Brawl didn't feel as original as Melee did. Melee felt completely original. It felt like they took 64 and gave it a modern upgrade, in a way. One thing I liked about it is it was fast-paced. Brawl wasn't as fast-paced as Melee. Let me tell you right there, Brawl is not as fast-paced as Melee. Melee, I don't know, I just have much more fun fighting around in Melee than I do in Brawl. Brawl feels a little slow, a little floaty to me. It's not my appeal. And also the characters aren't really bright. The characters are very dark in color. And I don't really like that. I mean, some people do. I don't personally like it. But that's just my personal opinion. I mean, I think they could do with more originality in terms of stages. I also kind of like how, like in Melee, I know I say like a lot, that's just me. But I also like how in Melee, I like Final Destination. It was new at the time. I think, no, it wasn't new. My bad. But it was a new design. It was like bright purple, pink. It was like pink and purple, and it had that crystal at the bottom. It had the black floors. It looked kind of like cement. It was a really neat looking stage. I mean, and Battlefield was cool, how it was like in space with the changing backgrounds. And I don't feel like they did anything original in terms of new Brawl stages. They just brought back new areas and not so much new places, if that makes any sense. Like new stages from characters, but from characters' worlds, like Green Hill Zone, the Mushroomy Kingdom, etc. It's etc., not etc. I always do that. But you know, Melee had some pretty unique stages, like Kraid's Lair, Brinstar Depths. In Melee, Battlefield and Final Destination. They felt new to me. I don't know, there was something about the original, about Melee, and about the original 64 game. I don't feel was in Brawl. Brawl was trying too hard, it felt like. It didn't feel like a video game to me. In a sense that it felt too heavy-hearted, too dark in color. Don't get me wrong, I found that epic as all hell when I first played it, but now looking back on it, I kind of prefer a more cartoony game like Melee or 64. You know, if you looked at the 64 box art, there was like characters being kicked with like POW symbols on them. It was pretty cartoony, and then you look at Brawl and all the characters like epically posing with light in the background and darkness around them. It was different, I'll just give it that. Now, going back to characters, I also kind of wish they'd bring maybe in some more Star Fox characters. Maybe make Falco even more, a little less cloney, if that makes any sense. Give him some more new moves, yeah. How they did that in Brawl, they gave him some new moves, whereas he was just a clone of Fox in Melee, with some different attributes. Luigi could be changed up, maybe? I don't know. No, I think Luigi should be kept the same. But going back to Star Fox, they should maybe bring in like Crystal. I know a lot of people wanted to see Crystal in Brawl. And maybe they could bring her in for this game. She was a big part of Star Fox Adventures, but originally she wasn't even supposed to be a Star Fox character. I think she was kind of cool. Or maybe bring in another character from the series. I'm not a big Star Fox buff. I don't know anything about the series. I've only played Adventures and the first one, and that's it. So I don't really know much about the series. I never beat Adventures, so I couldn't really give you an honest opinion on characters that should be in there. I mean, come on, could you see Slippy Toad or Peppy Hare playing that game? Or General Pepper? I mean, come on, you couldn't see that happening. Maybe General Scales from Adventures. He was kind of cool. A neat little villain, would be a neat character to include. What other characters? What other series are there that I missed? Maybe Mr. Game Watch. I don't think they can include anything new from him. Nothing really. Donkey Kong. Oh, Donkey Kong. I knew I was missing something. Man, Donkey Kong. I love Donkey Kong games. I have Donkey Kong Country, Donkey Kong Country 2. I wish I had 64. My friend has that, so I always go over there to his house and play that. Donkey Kong is awesome. Let me just put it that way. Oh yeah, I have Donkey Kong Country Returns. I have a ton of other games. And I just find it really fun. And I think they should include Funky Kong, because I'm a big fan of the Donkey Kong series, and Funky Kong has always been my favorite. So that's just personal opinion, because Funky is my favorite. I mean, come on, he's pretty funky, you know? But, I think they should include Funky Kong and maybe have some moves that revolve around like a surfboard or something, and make sure he's not a Donkey Kong clone. Make him a little more powerful, a little lighter. Donkey Kong, like he'll get hit far. Like if he gets hit, he'll get sent farther, but he'll do more damage. You see, I think that would be really cool to have Funky Kong in there. That'd be pretty awesome. Also, maybe King K. Rool. They need King Cruel. King K. Rool. King Cruel, however you want to pronounce his name. He needs to be in there. But I don't think they can, because wasn't there like I don't know anything about it, but there was some kind of confusion between Nintendo. But yes, I know Nintendo's not making the next Smash Bros. Or any of the Smash Bros. But wasn't he like owned by Nintendo when Donkey Kong Country was around, and then like he got switched to some other company. Oh,